Hey there, happy Monday, it's me Victor, doing a quick video lesson for y'all out there. Just going to talk about two stocks in particular, Eros and Rivian. Eros I'm long, I was in my swing, and Rivian I took today are pretty much the exact same type of plays I always try to show you on this channel. Again, all of this is just for educational only. I'm here to try to tell you you have to find out who you are as a trader, and it takes time getting to that point. I understand that a lot of things are moving in the markets constantly, but I'm just here to show you what I do. And we talk about this on the channel pretty much every single YouTube video I do. It's the basic premise of the entire setup. You want to focus on stocks that are linear. Okay, what do I mean by that? Look how straight up this goes. Okay, you look for a stock that makes a big move, pulls back on moving averages for months, weeks, or whatever, then goes again. And you want the tightness right here. This could be for a month, 2 months, a week, whatever it may be, but the longer it is, the better. And that's pretty much what you got right here. Okay, it's the basic premise. It's the basic premise. And one thing I always tell you, the more times this tries to break out and fails, but it's holding the ranges, it's holding all of these levels here, it's proving the setup is valid. It's proving that the stock wants to go higher. Okay, that is called strength. That is called strength. Whenever the market weakness can't bring it down, whenever the market weakness cannot bring the stock down, the stock is trying to tell you something. Okay, and I got long for my swing on this past Friday. I did it on the YouTube channel, but today I sold. I want this to be a reminder to you. Okay, do not sell randomly. It was a good trade, but I sold out of the open just because I don't know why. I thought this was gonna tank. I sold pretty much right here. I sold my swing. I was initially long from 1625, but here's one thing: if the setup is still valid, you have to get back in, and that's what I just did. I got pretty much long at 1840, so I'm long this again. Okay, it's even again, if you get stopped out in a stock and if the setup is still valid, you still take the trade because the market does not give a shit. The universe does not give a shit. You have to take the trade regardless. Okay, and I'm not advocating over trading. No, I'm just saying if you get stopped out on a stock and the setup sets up again, take the setup. Don't trade randomly though, that's different. Okay, so this is a 5-star setup. 5-star, pretty much like a downward flag on the hourly chart here, pretty much. But congrats to those who are long still. I am long, again, roughly from 1839 average, I'm long. So we'll see, daily swing. Another one I'm long is Rivian. Same type of premise. This is pretty much a EV type of play. The short interest on this is extremely high, and the chart pattern is just there. I love how it was holding these ranges pretty much on the daily. We talk about wicks. The wicks are getting bought up. So I took a starter size. I'm full size now though. I pretty much got at 1560 is my average, and we'll see what happens with this one. But it's just, I'm here to show you that you have to base your trading around setups. Otherwise, you're going to trade random stuff. And BE, I got stopped out today, and this is setting up really nicely. We talked about ranges. We talked about testing the resistance. It's failing every time, as you can see here. But what do you notice? It's making these higher lows. Okay, so keep this on a watch list. Okay, the ADR on this is roughly 12%. Again, we talk about stocks on this channel that are linear. You want to focus on stocks that are linear. Look how linear this is. Okay, it's fuel. This is energy theme. Same with Eros when I'm long. So you look for areas of tightness, like you see right here. Okay, again, I'll say it one more time. Every time it tests out and fails, but it's holding up these lows, the wicks are getting bought up. Okay, these are institutions buying this. It's accumulation. That is what you're seeing here. I could be wrong. I'm not saying this is going to go to over 150. That's just the pivot point. You want to watch it. I got stopped out today. I got long pretty much out of the open. at 145. Risk was low of day, and it shook me out. It happens. Oh well, move on. That's trading, okay? And that's another thing. Whenever you're in a stock, always know your exit point. Just like whenever you enter a door or a building, always know your exit. Always know your entry, exit, and your... That's it. Entry, exit, risk. Risk is as in this way. But that's really all I traded today. Other than that, I traded a penny stock, and I'm trying not to overtrade. But I traded BNAI. And this is still setting up really well. It's an AI theme, but we talked about the difference between day trading and swing trading. And again, with this type of play, it's just purely momentum, but always look left to see the right. I took this and it shook me out pretty much. They have AI news on this. Again, most of this news is bullshit. ADR is 15%, but always look left. It has a recent notorious of giving back its gains, but nevertheless, that's not saying this can't run. Look at the volume. The volume is extremely impressive today. But pretty much my thesis on this was I never chase these stocks up. I never do. You pretty much, it's the same premise on the hourly chart. You wait for a pullback, and that's pretty much what I did here. I waited for the first 10-minute red candle, and I got long over that range break, pretty much right there. My average was 68, well, about 66, risking this low right here. And I should have sold, I got too greedy in a sense. It went to 84 cents, would have been a good trade. But I got too greedy, and that's what happened there. But it happens, that's day trading. It's why it's different from swing trading, because like I mentioned on the videos I did last week, on stocks like BE or EOS or Rivian, they're not going to make those wild moves intraday compared like they're going to do on BNAI. This is still setting up really well on the hourly. If this does base really well into power hour, I may take a stab over 75 cents, but it has to prove myself. The same thesis, the same deal. You have pretty much like an ABCD setup. You have the A being the spike, the B being the risk. Ideally, you want to get long now and sell if this does breaks out of that range. It could not. Most of the time they don't, but I'm watching it. But yeah, I just want to keep this one short. But yeah, it's pretty much the basic of this video lesson. It's just focus on your setups. And again, look, there's stuff moving every day. Open. Congrats to everyone who got long this. This is a nice one. There's stuff moving every day, okay? The point of trading is to find out who the hell you are, not to try to trade everything on your scans. No. The point of trading is to find out who you are and exploit your edge, whatever that edge may be. Again, there's tons of ways, there's millions of ways to make money in the markets. And I missed this one. This is a 5-star setup as well. This is what I call a delayed reaction. Our recent earnings winner. These have been quite the trend lately, but the liquidity is quite thin. It's a nice one. We gotta find out who you are as a trader. SNDK, wow. Talk about a freaking winner. But it's gonna take time to find out who you are. Same with Dawn, 5-star range break. It's pretty much the same shit over and over again. But yeah. And once you find your edge, once you find your setups, you have to, as I mentioned, exploit that. This is a liquidity trap. And I pretty much have 2 setups that I do over and over again. And sometimes you're gonna get stopped out, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. That's the art of trading. With Lemonade, I was watching to get long. This chart is begging that it wants to go higher. It's a insurance theme play. They had earnings beat. I think they missed it. But I'm watching because the short interest on this particular ticker is extremely high. And we always talk about former runners can run again. Look left. Okay, this stock has gone supernova. This is the basic premise of trading. Stocks move in stairs. Okay, that's how they move. A leg up, sideways, leg up, sideways, leg up, sideways, leg up. Okay, that's how stocks move because those are the ones that institutions are buying. Okay, rather than trading these penny stocks. Yes, you can make money on them, but I guarantee you there are no institutions buying that. Okay, to make the big money in this business, you can do it purely off momentum, yes, but if you want to excel, you want to combine it with a fundamental catalyst, okay? A curiosity factor in the stock, because curiosity is a fundamental driving force of everything in the markets. So if you can find something that it's fuel, you call it rocket fuel. And same with Open. Open has been one everyone's been watching for. I have no position right now. I mean, the entry was pretty much down here, but the short interest on this is high. But you want to find something, as I always talk about on the channel, with linearity, with fuel, theme, okay? Follow the money. They'll leave trails. Institutions will leave trails, okay? Same with Eros, was begging to go higher. Same with Rivian. And I sold my other long today, S-Fly. Jesus Christ. I should still be long this. Wait a minute. Is this the one I was long? FSLY. Fastly. Oh, that other one was a nice one. What was that one? FSY. Huh. What the hell? Fastly. I sold my Fastly swing, and just because I need a buying power, but I don't want you to do that, because the basic premise of this setup is the gap up, and you want to trail the 10-day, the first close on the 10-day, but the volume is just so thin. I had a good gain on it. I just locked it in because I saw other potential trades. I don't really have the buying power to sit in something that's not moving. But like Eros, for instance, I rebought it. If I didn't have the buying power, I couldn't be able to afford to buy it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But Rivian I'm long, Eros I'm long. Ideally both of them swing. I'm more confident on Eros. Again, this has a fundamental catalyst. The earnings, they crushed it. It's a theme play energy. And again, the chart pattern. So this is pretty much a 5-star setup. On Rivian, they missed earnings, but the chart pattern's there. And we talked about the wicks earlier. This is getting bought up. I'm not sure by whom, probably institutions. But this has been a notorious runner of the past. This has gone supernova in the past. And of course, the stock's been neglected over the past couple of years. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But again, the main lesson here is just to find out who you are, the trader, okay? And if you don't have scans, use Finviz. Finviz is free. Go on there, look at the big percent gainers, and just find out what stocks are. But yeah, that's pretty much all. I'll keep this one short. But Eros I'm long, and Rivian I'm long, and I'll do a video during the week to update y'all, see how that's going. But it's pretty much simple. Just trail 10-day, and we'll see what happens on this one. But other than that, other ones I'm watching, BE for the rest of the week. Watch those zones, as I mentioned. One of these days, it's gonna give. If not, it'll fail. But just watch those zones. 145. Other than that, that's pretty much all. Eliminate, I'm watching as well. Just a backlist play. We'll see. If not, a fade. But over 80, I can definitely see this setting up nicely. Over $80. But once more, Eros I'm long, and Rivian I'm long. And other than that, have a great trading week and focus on setups and don't overtrade. All right, I'll see you next time.